Hello, good morning everyone. I am writer Coach Tony, and today I'm going to answer one of the questions which many of my clients always ask me. Um, how do you choose a thesis topic? How do you formulate your thesis topic? So every year I coach many people on how they can formulate their own thesis topic. So for this vlog, that is what we're going to discuss. So normally, the first question I ask them is, "What are you studying?" And they say MBA. So that cannot be a good answer because MBA is such a big field. So I ask them again, "What field in MBA are you interested in?" And they say sometimes like finance, HRM. Um, Again, HRM and finance, although they are under MBA studies, are also very broad. So again, I have to ask them, what topic in finance or HRM are you interested in? So that's how the conversation goes, and it takes a bit of a long time. So what I suggest, if you're starting to do your thesis, most of your advisors will tell you to start reading on existing studies. And I think that's one of the best advice that they have given their students. And that's also a good advice that I want to give to you. What you can do is maybe go over all the studies done last year. You can find that online. You can choose some journals which you think interest you, and then go over the titles which interest you, and maybe choose around 3 to 5 studies which you think which makes you passionate, because when you do a study, it must be something you want to run the course through. It's a very long process. There's a lot of things to do, and if your heart is not into it, then you might not finish your study, your thesis research. So always bear in mind that this should be something I am really interested in doing. So one tip I can give you, so if you have chosen the 5 topics already, in most theses they have at the back of the thesis there's a recommendation. Um, that's one place you can go first, because in the recommendation, the thesis writer says the things they could have done more for the study they have finished. So for example, if they did a study on climate change, and they did it on agriculture, maybe they would recommend, or maybe they could do studies on other things like effect of climate change on fishing, on other industries. And then you can even go further, no? For example, effect of climate change on agriculture in a certain country, maybe in Cambodia, in Laos, in the Philippines. So you can narrow down the field of study to the point where when you have to do interviews, you have to look for respondents, you can really find these people, because it is within the scope of what you can do given the 1 year to 6 months you're given to finish your thesis. So again, if you want to streamline your thesis topic, go to the recommendations. It's in chapter 5, usually the last chapter of any thesis. Go to the recommendation section and check what the writer has recommended for further studies, and take note of them. Most thesis advisors would ask their students to always place what further studies can be done for this topic, and that alone is already a gold mine of studies that you can, thesis topics that you can formulate. So that is that is a tip that I want you to apply when you are trying to um, formulate your own thesis topic. Because the idea here is you have to build on what other people have researched. And as you know now, many fields have already been researched on. So your goal is to find something which has not yet been done for that specific field. And going to the recommendations page can help you um, streamline and point out which other factors, which other variables that can still be studied for that particular research. So once again, if you want to formulate your thesis topic, just go to the recommendations page of the thesis that you want to do, maybe 3 to 5 different studies, and find out what the writers there failed to study. In that way, you can come in and fill in those blanks. The idea here is always to fill in the blanks which other researchers have not done. So anyway, if you have any other questions, you can email me at tonyfabe@gmail.com. That's TONYFABE@gmail.com. So if you have any questions about your research, just email me there. Goodbye.